Hidden Object Guru here, joined by...
The Gun Wrangler.
To play some Battletech, finally!
I've been waiting for this game for like 2 solid years. I kickstarted it.
Right at the beginning.
Yep.
And I patiently waited for it to be out, because that's my speed. But I'm very excited with how this has turned out. So yeah, we're gonna play a match. It's gonna be awesome. For some reason, it's very strange. I went and I adjusted my loadout slightly, and it did not keep. Like when I clicked save and go back to the other menu, that filthy Jenner was back, and I don't know why.
Oh, Jenners.
All right, so what map are we playing?
We are playing the arena, the river crossing at sunset, because, it's got to be romantic.
All right, let's do this thing. I'm very excited, as you can imagine. Apparently, you are Tango 29er.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, did you randomly pick that one, or is that significant for some reason?
That is significant for some reason.
All right, well, I'm not going to ask you in public then.
Yes.
All right. But yes, in addition to getting Battletech, as we've been dreaming of, we watched some television this week.
Yes, I know.
A bunch of
every
television,
week.
in fact. Much like other weeks. Yeah, and today, so there's a new episode of The Expanse, everybody.
Oh my god, it was so good.
It was, again, it's weird. I know this is going to be a strange reaction, because I did massively enjoy it, right? But the one thing that frustrates me about The Expanse is when you're not watching 3 episodes at a time, it's not slow, because these are incredibly well-paced hours of television. But let's face it, from a number of incidents happening, not a lot happens on the show. Like, it's important. Like, what happens is important, and it's super relevant to the ongoing plot, and it's all super compelling. But fundamentally, like, did a lot of stuff happen this week? The answer is no.
This is true, but we did get another fantastic space battle.
Oh my god, that space battle looked great. Like, I know it's almost a cliche to talk about how good the space battles on this show looked, but wow! Oh my god, the that starburst of nukes. Whew! That was fantastic.
Yep. And then, just even inside.
A giant a giant thing of nukes, because obviously your sensors don't work through nukes, right? Having that happen and then flying right through them, oh my god, that was gorgeous.
Well, beyond that, we also had just what happens when there's high G maneuvering.
Oh god, that looked so good. And yeah, I know we've been hearing for the whole time about how incredibly dangerous high G travel is. But yeah, she just about died. Came very close to getting killed.
And then, like, the footlocker opening.
Oh, wow.
And then just tools. Tools everywhere.
Tools everywhere! Oh my god, yeah. I'm like, God, guys, get a better lock for that thing. Because, Jesus.
You need to...
Like, get some kind of a strap and a padlock or something. You cannot have that happen again. Almost getting... Oh, God, and, I mean, this is the one time I want to say, really, maybe when you lock in, maybe lock in a way where you can reach the hose. You know, I'm not an expert in how spaceships are designed, quite obviously, but maybe you make it so you can get at the hose. That would be good, right?
There is one big complaint I have about the show.
Go.
It's that Prax is useless. And every time he opens his mouth, I just want to stick my fist in it.
Really?
Well, no, he sits there and he's like, he literally ruins everything. He sits there and he's like, he just sits there. He makes things worse and he makes messes to be cleaned up.
That's true. Yeah, that's pretty true. You know something I really love about Battletech, by the way? One of the things there's an element to the game that I always adored, and it has continued here, which is that like cover is. I mean, obviously the cover system works great. Like I've found myself, and this is stuff I could never do when I was just playing the game because I never played with models. I only played with stuff on the like maps on the ground. And so we could work out elevation and things like that. But here, I can actually see, oh, there's a waist-high rock. I can stand behind this waist-high rock. I can fire all my guns. And if they fire back, if the random targeting hits the legs, it's just going to hit the rock. Like, and that just works naturally. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to do math. Like, that kind of stuff really blows me away, right? So, that is one thing. The second thing is, I just, and this is the very first match I played, right? You had this guy wandering into the river, because we were playing on this map. Right? He wanders into the river, and I'm like, okay, that's great. That's pretty awesome. And what I liked most about him wandering into the river, and I think you'll appreciate this, is you suddenly have that thing where, oh right, I remember the consequences of water. It gets rid of all of your heat, but at the same time, you have zero cover.
Yeah,
I love that. Like so he was suddenly able to unleash all of his lasers, but he had no cover from my AC-20, and you can imagine how that went for him.
Yes,
it didn't go well.
I haven't played too much multiplayer. I played some skirmish because I was in the beta.
Obviously, yeah.
Damn.
This just looks so good.
Yep.
No! LRMs! I love you, LRMs. You guys are the best.
I like how we both picked Hunchbacks, though.
Hunchbacks are so much fun.
I love
these guys.
They're very versatile.
Oh yeah,
can't argue with them.
Like they're a useful mech. All right, here we go. Oh no, I've been seen. Whatever am I going to do? Well, I mean,
besides take LRM fire.
Well, yeah, obviously. Okay.
I still haven't figured out how to sell mechs in the game because I have this Locust that's just like in a box space on the shelf. Yeah.
Yeah, you're never going to use a Locust. I mean, I've got a Locust here because it was one of the default mechs, and I just want to see the Locust in action. But no, you're never going to use a Locust.
Yes.
All right, and you. There we go. And let's just switch that LRM. Oh, really? Oh, forget it then. All right.
Sure.
Let's just go back to regular. So yeah, it's like such a solid episode. So thrilling. You got amazing action. You've got this, let's face it, a fantastic scene. Like just this gorgeous scene of them cutting off a ship's engines. And essentially, as they said, declaring war on the UN. Which was nice.
Yeah.
Now their ship has declared war on the UN.
Them specifically.
Yeah, it's a beautiful scene. But more importantly, we got the scene we've been waiting for this, really for 2 seasons now. All of our characters are in one place. Finally. I know. Like, seriously. It's taken so long to get all of our characters into one place. I'm so happy about it. Oh. And honestly, they're all such great characters. But I can't wait to cut it off right before they start interacting, you bastards! What are you doing to us? I know what they're doing.
Why you gotta play me like this?
They're creating drama. I understand that, but oh my god, do I love it. Yeah, so it was pretty amazing. It was a stellar episode of television, as they do every week. Like, I haven't seen a bad episode of this show yet, but this one was better than most. Yeah, this one really caught my eye. I was quite impressed, and I'm looking forward to whatever they have next week when we finally get these characters talking to each other after all of this time.
Yep.
It's going to be so good, and I mean, you know what's coming. You've read the books. And they are, again, I just want to, this isn't a Lord of the Rings, oh my god, a Game of Thrones situation where they're just off writing their own stuff. They care about keeping this close to the story.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fairly close. Oof. That was solid.
Yeah, I got knocked back and everything. That was not fun.
Yep.
Alright, so who should go first? Obviously, I want to knock down your evasion if that's at all possible, so let's do this. Boom! That's right. I unleashed my secret cicada. You might say, isn't that a terrible mech to use? And I would say, yeah, no, it may have been a poor choice.
Well, you got the Orion out of it.
That's true. I just, honestly, I just love seeing PPCs in action. I love them so much. Like, the visual of PPCs was such a good bit of design on these guys. Like, I adore this. But yeah, it's an amazing episode, but fundamentally, like, there's not a lot to talk about simply because it's just incident this week. There's no setup, there's no deeper thought, there's literally just, are they going to try to help people or not?
Yeah.
Right? And, I mean, as the show that is thorny moral issue, the show, every week, this week was actually not so bad. Like fundamentally it wasn't, you know? It was literally just, yeah, of course we've got to go and deal with this guy. And the guy even admitting that, yeah, like the reason he was signed off on it right away is because he's afraid to check out his daughter situation. Which, of course, he is. Like, he has just every reason to be. Yeah, no, absolutely. No, it's like, I totally get why he's almost afraid to find out that his daughter's dead. But it's like, but then again, you really got to go and work on saving your daughter. Although I did really love those little glimpses we got into the kind of... Oh, damn it! No! That was terrible. The little glimpses we got into the mad science. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mad science stuff was very interesting, and I can't wait to see where that goes. Alright. I guess I'll go here. Oof.
I also love the way the turn structure is designed.
Yeah.
So that, like, heavy mechs are actually at a bit of a disadvantage because they're so late in the initiative.
Yeah. Yep. Like, you don't completely get swamped just because you have a heavy mech. It's a really nice touch.
I'll wait here for now.
Like, we've got about I liked seeing the kids. The kids have powers. We got Generation 2 hybrids. Like, this is really interesting stuff coming up, but again, that's a little bit of table setting. Almost no real plot. Just a great space fight. And again, a great space fight built around the consequences of interstellar travel. No, not interplanetary travel. Like, and the terrifying emptiness of space, and the horrifying speeds you have to go to. Oh my god, LRMs are the worst.
Yeah, that cicada's full of holes.
Oh no, it's just a mess. And no, just as a rule, and this is what I forgot when I was building my team, always bring something with LRMs. What are you kidding?
Yep.
Like, always have at least one LRM mech. What else? Like, you just need that.
What's all those things?
Yeah.
I'm probably going to end up...
There you go.
My Hunchback is taking it like a champ.
Oh no, Hunchbacks are nothing but armor. Like, they're like an armored beast. We love them, but...
Oh no, they're A10s. They're A10 Warthogs. They're a gun, an armor, and then everything else is an accessory, like the engines or the plane.
Oh my god, such a terrible plan I'm having. But yeah, the way phases work is really great. You know, saving your actions for later, the ones of similar speeds moving at similar times. Like, it's really well thought out. Like, they've done a great job making all of the Battletech stuff work. I really thought I was going to get to go twice there. That didn't happen. But I sprinted, so I should be slightly harder to hit. Slightly being the operative term there. Oh no! What? Come on! My poor Orion.
I don't think I got a weapon off that one.
No.
But
The,
that arm is about ready to pop.
It is. Oh, the Orion. I like you so much. Alright.
So we also started something new this week.
Yes, we did. We watched a little show called Travelers, which, I'm just going to say it. I know it's a ridiculous thing to say. What is sensor lock? Oh, right, of course, yeah. To reveal till the end of current round and remove any evasive charges. Yeah, no, I got more important stuff to do than sensor lock. I'm going to shoot you in the back with a submachine gun.
It's a regular machine gun.
I know.
It is
It looked so pathetic. It just looked so pathetic coming out of the Locust that I decided to call it even worse than it was.
It made you so sad.
It did. Well, I don't know if you played the first MechWarrior game ever, but they had this weird...
I played 2.
Okay, well, the first MechWarrior game ever, they hadn't balanced it right.
Yep.
So literally, you could aim wherever you wanted, and it made MechWarrioring much easier, because literally, like, there was a chance you could get wiped out with long-range weapons, but even with a Locust, right, you could get close to an enemy, and as long as you got within machine gun range, you could just aim your machine guns at a guy's cockpit and wipe it out. And then people playing the game were like, I feel like in Battletech, this is much harder to do. And then they were like, yeah, no, we really screwed up the weapon balancing in this. Because if you can accurately target weapons in Battletech, it's really easy to kill things, as you can imagine.
Yes, it is.
And that is why that's never been an element in the turn-based games. I mean, obviously, going after guys' cockpits with a PPC was always a good choice in the MechWarrior games, but it was harder after the first game.
Oh,
seriously.
damn!
I can't believe I'm still alive. Like,
I'm surprised you're still alive.
Can't believe I'm still alive.
Yeah,
that was terrible. Oh my god! I just love that everything is targeting the cicada. Like, well,
that's the thing. I had a 35% chance on your Hunchback and like 60% on your Orion.
Oh, okay.
And you're too busy swarming my poor Hunchback right now.
I know. Well, I'm not going out without taking out one of your mechs. I'm not saying this is going to go well for me. One of your mechs is going down.
Oof, that hurts.
Oh, and he's wobbly too. This would be a great time to kick him if I could get another Locust move, but that's probably not happening anytime soon. Yeah, Canadian sci-fi TV show Travelers. It's basically the 4400, but with, body stealing. Okay, are you familiar with the 4400?
Vaguely.
Okay, well, basically, humans from the future. Future sucks, obviously, because the future always sucks. Ow!
What the?
I mean, I knew that was going to happen, but ow!
I didn't expect to just kick you in the back and just everything just blah.
No, that was great. Kick me in the back and use your lasers, because that's how physical attacks work.
Just to make sure.
Just to make sure. I had already exploded. But no, let's get those lasers in there too. What the hell,
Yep.
right?
Save the metal, not the meat, right?
As I was saying. As I was saying. So the 4400 is in the distant future. The Earth sucks, so they kidnap 44. So future humans kidnap 4,400 people, genetically engineer them into. Oof! Damn though, your whole torso came off. I mean, it wasn't the right torso. It wasn't the correct torso. I was supposed to be destroying your right torso because that's where your goddamn AC-20 is. But an arm still fell off. I think that's fine. Anyway,
this is a reasonable thing.
Yeah, no, that could have gone worse. But anyway, and you know what? We might get that center torso taken down if we can just aim a little closer. But as I was saying, what got me is. It's so similar to that and a show called Odyssey 5. I don't know if you've seen Odyssey 5.
I'm thinking of The Odyssey, which was another great Canadian sci-fi show, because apparently Canadians just make the best sci-fi in the world.
Oh no, Canadians love sci-fi, and we've always been good at sci-fi. Which one was The Odyssey?
It was it dealt with a kid in a coma who basically lived in a post-apocalyptic world.
Okay. I
Right,
don't
and
remember
so-
this at all. So
It transitions from like the world of the Odyssey where there's no adults.
actually, I think I do know what you're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Punchy.
do remember that show.
Oh, Punchy, you're okay. You're okay, baby girl.
Oh, Hunchback knockdown. Nice. Oh no! I overheated. Oh well. Okay, so
You cooked your mech a little bit.
I did, but you know what? There's water right there. I can just sacrifice all of my cover in order to finish that off. But anyway, Odyssey 5, the idea was, so there are these astronauts, they're in space, their planet the Earth blows up, which isn't fun for anybody. So after the Earth blows up, they're like, oh, what the hell? And then an alien intelligence, some sort of a super intelligent computer, shows up and is like, okay, here's the deal. I can beam your consciousnesses 5 years ago back into your own bodies. And you can take that 5 years to figure out why the Earth blew up and stop it.
You can take that time to figure out why you guys suck so hard.
Exactly. Like, why'd you screw up and get the Earth blown up? And that's the show. It only went one season. It was supposed to go 5 years, obviously. It only went one season. And, unfortunately, we never got to find out why the Earth blew up. Because there was like aliens and there were AIs and like there was a lot of stuff going on at once, all of which could have been responsible for the Earth blowing up. And because we never got to see the end of the show,
we still have no idea what's up.
We have no idea why the Earth blew up. Now, that being said, there are plenty of theories, and it's possible the people who made the show have some answers for us. But, ooh, no, I'm not doing a called shot on your head. I can't hit your head. That would be ridiculous. There's just no way. What?
It's comfortable.
How did you not die?
It's a hunchback.
I know it's a hunchback, but you got no chest armor, and I did a called shot straight to your chest. At what point do you just have to give up the ghost, Mr. Hunchback? No,
Hunchbacks are like unkillable war machines. I love them.
Well, no, it doesn't help that I missed with a PPC with an 85% chance to hit.
Oh,
that's always gonna sting. Like when you miss with an 85% chance to hit, that's just gonna suck. Let's try this again, shall we?
All I imagine is, oh, he died as he lived,
Flat on his back.
exploding.
Okay, there we go. But yeah, so it's basically the exact same premise as it's a melding of those two shows. It's a melding of the whole idea of sending consciousness back to save the world, and the 4400s, essentially stealing people's lives. Because the 4400 is they grabbed 4400 people throughout all time for like the past 60 years, and then they drop them all back in the present. So while here you're literally stealing somebody's lives, in that one they were pulling them out of their lives, genetically engineering them, and then sending them back. So here it's much more a serious thing, because they're literally stealing people's lives. And I mean, I'm not complaining about that. I think they did the right thing. I'm not a crazy person. But yeah, it's very cool the way they handled it here.
I particularly like the way that it's focused on the characters.
Yeah.
Right?
And it obviously is.
It's like everything else seems to be incidental because, I mean, the oldest guy gets a douchebag's body and is like...
Well, interestingly, I'm only 2 episodes in, so I don't know anything about their original lives yet, except that, he's not happy with this drug addiction, and the Eric McCormack and I'm trying to remember the other lady's name were a couple in the future.
Yeah.
This is all the backstory I have so far, so I'm excited to see what the rest of their backstories are, but. All I know for right now are those 2 facts: is that he's got some that the guy with the perfect memory ended up in the drug user's body. Oh, poor
The
you.
guy and like the old man of the team ends up in this like 17-year-old football star's body.
Yeah, I know. Oh, so awkward. What I love though, right? Oh no! My beautiful leg. Wait, both of our hunchbacks got knocked down? Seriously?
Well, mine's blowed up, but
Yeah, but no, they both got knocked down, and then I
Yep.
blew yours up. But it did get knocked down first. Anyway, yeah, no, it's a pretty fantastic couple of episodes of television. Although I will say that they kind of cheated in the first episode, and I know this is going to be a weird thing because they always jump in to steal your body at the predicted time of death, or like 5 seconds before the predicted time of death. And when it comes to Eric McCormack, they just blow right past his predicted time of death so that the other characters can explain the situation to a guy before they steal his body. I'm like, but the thing is, if they hadn't been there to grab his arm, he would have fallen down that elevator shaft. Meaning, falling down the elevator shaft was his predicted time of death. You should have jumped into him before he fell down the elevator shaft. But I know they want to have it happen that way for drama, but I'm just saying...
there's also the fact that it's like an
it's kind of
estimated time.
Well, no, but they have very good estimates. They have uncannily good estimates. And that time I assume it's because his watch broke or something. But their estimates of time of death are fantastic. They literally had a guy jump in I would say 3 seconds before he was going to stick a needle in his arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's weirdly good time of... And, like, the thing is, I can tell you why they had the exact time of death for the underground fighting match, right? For the UFC battle.
Mm-hmm.
Because there were 100 people there with cameras. They would know the exact moment the fatal blow got, hit it. Like, the time he got hit for the last punch and died in the ring. They would know exactly when that happened. Likewise... They would know exactly, because the guy was a cop who killed his wife.
Yeah.
They would know exactly when that happened. But the exact moment a guy stuck a needle in his arm, it seems to me that was more of a stretch. Like, I find that one harder to believe. And the Eric McCormack one, I'm like, come on. You knew the exact moment he was going to fall down an elevator shaft while alone in a building? That seems like a bit much to me. But, again, I'm willing to let the show have it because it's a really good show for the first 2 episodes.
It's really good in general.
Trouble me a little. Okay, so it does stay good.
Yes.
See, I'm very happy to hear that because it had a really good first episode. Oh, Urban Mac! I love you, Urban Mac. I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm a big fan of Urban Macs.
Oh, I'm a huge fan of Urbies.
Yeah, they're just badass. Boom!
He's okay.
No. I mean, I only had enough damage available to take off all your armor. I did not have enough damage available to kill you. I'm really happy when a super long-range shot actually hits. Particle projection cannons, they're the best weapon there is. Anyway, as I was saying, so yeah, they cheat a little, but honestly, it's fine. It's not a big problem at all. And you've got a lot of Ian Tracy. Ian Tracy showed up as a scumbag lawyer.
He stays around.
He does? Oh, I'm so happy Ian Tracy is going to be back. He wasn't there in the second episode, and I was very worried that we weren't going to get any more Ian Tracy. I'm such a fan of his. Oh, he's so good. If you haven't watched the Da Vinci show, oh, you should watch the Da Vinci shows. They're very good cop shows. And you might say, it's just a cop show. And I'd be like, yeah, it is just a cop show, but it's a very good cop show that he's really good on. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't hit anything? What? How can I not hit anything? Oh, is it because I just stood up? It might be because I just stood up.
After being,
knocked down and then hammered with all sorts of, fire?
Yeah.
Oh, I see what happened. Okay, that's on me. That's my bad. Alright, wait, can I get here? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I don't think this is going to go well for my hunchback, but I would like to at least hit one more thing. My crumbling wreck of a hunchback. Although your head is in bad shape, so if I roll a 20, you're going down with this shot. Just putting that out there. I rolled a 20 last time. Can I do it again? The answer is no. No, not even close.
The answer is...
That was terrible. I had a 1 in 3 chance for each of my shots, and I missed with all 3. And I know that math doesn't work, that one of those should have hit. Like, I know that's not what math is, but it still would have been satisfying if I had managed to hit you with one of those.
Yep.
Oh, God. All right, Orion. You're surrounded by dudes. That's not ideal. But you are equipped with a modicum of high-end weaponry. You know, just enough to get the job done. And this is the good part, you kind of got rid of a lot of your heat by wading through the water just then. So you put that together, and maybe you got a prayer here. I might not actually have a prayer here.
You're...
I mean, I'm smoking from the overheating? Yeah, no, I am. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh! Damn!
He's okay.
Oh, that looked good! And again, that's one of the things that I love most about this game, how gorgeous it looks when these missiles go flying and when parts of your mech go flying off. It just looks fantastic. Yeah, the graphics on this, I mean, it's everything we dreamed of when we were playing this with models. You know, it's just the models have come to life. Way to go, guys. But yeah, lots of interesting things come up in these first 2 episodes. Again, the mechanics for how they come into the past is nice. You've got a woman who wound up in the body of a brain that doesn't work quite right. That's got to be rough for her. Although, I gotta say, something that bothered me about that first scene, like, because it's the very first scene of the show, right?
Yeah.
So, you got this mentally challenged lady, and her friend gets attacked outside by just random goons. By just, like, what? Do we know what city this is taking place in? I mean, it's obviously Toronto, but do we have a city location?
We don't actually have a city location.
Okay, so it's America. But anyway, so just random goons run around in America. They start harassing her friend, and she runs out, and then she gets murdered. Or, you know, does kung fu. But my question is, we didn't really see what happened to her friend.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that seems like information worth mentioning.
One could even call it important information.
Okay, so that'll come up later, I assume. Excellent work hiding your urban mech. Nice. That was probably for the best.
Yeah.
I was going to keep hammering the urban mech. You got me down. Like, honestly, it's not important whether I win or lose. I just want to bloody your nose. And I succeeded in doing that a little with the Hunchback, but if I could take out 2 of your mechs, that would be fantastic. My decision to not get a long-range fire mech like the trebuchet or something, or the catapult.
That's a catapult, yeah.
Yeah, that's a catapult. That was a mistake. That was a terrible tactical error on my part. But yeah, and maybe that comes up later. Maybe we'll see her again. But it's weird that she didn't even get mentioned. Like we didn't see what happened to her, and it didn't get mentioned at all. Oh yeah, that friend of yours who looks out for you at work was attacked by goons. The same goons who were going to kill you. And then it's like, oh, what exactly happened to her? Where is she? Because it's not like her body was lying outside or something. Like, I didn't get that at all.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a minor point. Maybe it comes up later. Maybe it doesn't. You don't have to spoil things for me. I enjoyed their first mission. I mean, and I love the reckless sci-fi of this, where it's like, it is soft sci-fi to the softiest of sci-finess. Yep. Oh, god damn it! I mean, we knew that was going to happen after I missed with everything, but that did not have a good look to it. Ouch. Alright, who are we playing as? Ozone. Seriously? My character's named Ozone? Yeah.
My main guy is named, of all things,
What?
Swordfish.
Seriously? Well, I'm kind of happy about that, actually. Swordfish, nice. All right. But yeah, it's I enjoyed their first mission. I enjoyed the ridiculous portrayal of antimatter as something that would blow up an entire city.
Yep.
It's weird because it's got a bit of the Dead Zone too, where he's constantly constantly trying to stop apocalypses. You would be surprised how many apocalypses he had to stop on the Dead Zone. It came up a lot. There were a lot of
There was a significant.
There were more
Serious.
apocalypses than you would think were going to happen. Like it was actually pretty shocking, the number of apocalypses. Oh, hello. Take a called shot, hit the target for -4 difficulty. Cost 100 fury. Is my fury full? It's at 100%. Okay, I can do a precision shot, right? But what would be the point? Well, I could guarantee a hit on you, but let's try it.
I'm on him.
It's a hit.
Boom! Didn't do the kind of damage I would have liked it to, but I'm not going to complain about a hit. But I like the cavalier way they treat their future technology, where it's just like, yeah, we got crazy we know so much about this thing, we can just put together crazy future science casually with just the stuff we can find lying around in Radio Shack. I kind of enjoyed that. And I also like the idea that there's already a few thousand people running around the past.
Yeah. And there's a significant amount of them.
Like, I assume we're going to be seeing a lot of those characters.
Like, there's infrastructure.
Yeah, well, obviously. And that's one of the things that impressed me so much, that there was, this broad infrastructure set up to help them as they go. It's such a nice, it's it's like a really good, take on that world. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's such an interesting way to... Oh, no! Ow! My beautiful cicada. Bastard. Yeah,
I
like,
hold
it's an
him a little
interesting
bit
take on that
as
one.
my urban mech does, spins in a circle.
Yeah, you were managed to pin me down a little. Excuse me. Oh, my poor Orion. It's looking a lot worse for wear. He's not having a good day. Oh, little guy. You'll do better, I promise. Alright, can I hit this? Oh, well, that's good. That's actually pretty good. So yeah, there's clearly a large infrastructure set up to help them with their jobs, which is a very cool premise. All right, I like that idea. I like the what do you call it? The oh god, I really enjoyed the lady who he has to introduce himself to. Like, he's like, yeah, we basically got to come clean about all this because you're working on mad science and we need you to not to not blow up the world.
Your science is pretty mad.
Yeah, this mad science where you were planning on blowing up the world. We need you to not do that. Could you look into not blowing up the world instead? And she's down for that right away, it seems. Although maybe that'll come back later. But she seems weirdly accepting of the strange situation she finds herself in. Although, just I guess the fact that they were ready to shoot a general does reinforce to her that these are serious people. But yeah, the idea that
these are serious people doing serious business.
Yeah, I was so disappointed when I found out that when antimatter theoretically touches matter, it turns into neutral sludge. It does not, in fact, create giant explosions. It turns out it's essentially what happens. When you put vinegar, a base and an acid together,
you mean
and
like
just kind of sludges
baking
out.
soda and vinegar?
Baking soda and vinegar is the term I was looking for. It just kind of fuzzes for a second and then sludges out. Yeah, it does that, except without even the fuzz. It just sludges out. Oh, okay. Well, that's disappointing. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Weirdly, I was thinking about my favorite CSI Miami, but that's not important. It's funny, because it's very... oh, no! The Panther's on the move!
I'm not sure why, but he has no capacity to aim.
Yeah, like, why did that... Like, I thought I was definitely pinned down by your PPC, but then the PPC just went completely around me.
Yep.
The hell was that? You know, I'm not complaining. I'm doing the opposite of complaining. But, all right, how much do you have left? Should I just run up and punch you? I'm only... Oh, God, I only do 25 damage if I punch you? Yeah, maybe I should not punch you. Although I hit with both... I would shoot with both machine guns at the same time, so that's something. But yeah, you've got basically no hit points left in this thing, do you?
Nope.
So your torso... Oh, God, 16 hit points. No, I'll just walk up and shoot you. It's fine. I'm like, 16 hit points. Can I just wipe him out with my MGs? And the answer is probably not. Because they do a maximum of 15 points damage if all 3 shots hit. So I can do a maximum of 30 damage to you with my machine guns, and they would all have to hit the torso. And I just don't like my odds on that, because, well, you've seen my shooting so far this match.
Yeah,
although I guess
we both had some of that.
Yeah. Oh God, have we ever? Although I am given the advantage because I'm on your left side.
Yep.
Yes. Oh, thank God. Whew. All right, so 2 and 2. Although, if you knew the shape my well, actually, what am I saying? If you knew the shape, you know what bad shape my ozone is in. My ozone is currently a pile of hot garbage. Ozone is the name of the guy in the cicada. It's just a trash fire at the moment. It's not going to go well.
It is on fire, and it is in fact trash.
No, that's absolutely the case. Yeah, it's interesting because there's not much to say about the show yet because we haven't seen the big picture. Although I really did. I like that in their news report they didn't know that a guy had poisoned himself before shooting himself in the head.
That seems a bit
reveal.
excessive.
Yeah, it did. I just like, well, here's the thing, dude. And I mean, maybe I'm being too mean to the show here, but again, it's a writing standpoint. If you're gonna like take a huge overdose of opioids,
yep,
why bother shooting yourself? You know, I mean, I've never taken an opioid, but I have to imagine, comparatively speaking, that's a pleasant way to get. Oh no! I mean, we knew that was going to happen, but no!
It's also it would really affect your ability to shoot yourself in the face.
Wouldn't it though? If you, because like I was kind of figuring, if he was in bad shape enough from the opioids to die 1 second later.
Yeah.
Because he dies like the second they get there, he just flops over dead. And I'm like, does that not... I feel like the opioids would kind of, you know, take quite a hit on you.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
Imagine taking some hillbilly heroin.
Okay, well, yeah, there you go. It's got heroin right in the title.
Well, no, that's
I know what they call... it's what they... I watched Justified. I know what hillbilly heroin is. That's right. I never missed the show Justified.
I enjoyed the shit out of that show.
It's a very good show. It's a really good show, and it had one of the best first scenes I've ever seen a television show have. When he's in Miami and he shoots that guy. And I'm like, that might be the best first scene I've ever seen in a television show. But yeah, like as a way to introduce you to the world. I was very blown away by that. But anyway, it's, oh, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that. I had to cut because I was dealing with a delivery situation. So we would have just paused, but you can't pause even if you're on a friendly match. So we had to wait for the timer to run down. And let's just say Gun Wrangler finished off his turn wiping out one of my mechs. Well, not completely wiping out, but it hurt, is what I'm saying. It hurt badly. So I'm going to try and get some revenge for that, starting now. I actually timed that perfectly. Alright, let's do this. Okay. You might be saying, hey, why did he run into cover last turn and not use any of his weapons? Well, funny story there. My heat was pretty much out of control. But by spending one turn not using anything, my heat is down to 0, which gives me the opportunity to do this to you. Okay, after that big load up, tee up I just did, these had all better hit. Come on.
Affirmative.
Okay, that's more misses than I'm comfortable with, considering the range we were at. I gave that such an elaborate tee up, and then nothing happened. I'm so sad now. But anyway, yeah. My question is, has this show been canceled?
No, it's going to its third season.
I'm really confused because, Eric, Will and Grace is back.
Yeah.
So I'm worried that Eric McCormick is busy. Is he still going to be in the show? Has he been killed off? are we going to see some more of him? What's the situation there? Do you want, or are we getting into spoiler territory?
What happened was, I believe, someone canceled it.
Okay, and then he went off and did that again, Will and Grace again, and now it's been brought back.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good. I gotta say, I'm very, like I said, I'm pretty happy with the show so far. I'm interested to see where it goes. And I gotta say, I'm enjoying all the actors. I think they're all doing a good job.
Yeah, it's just an excellent show.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, again, I know that Canadian sci-fi has a history of excellence, but this is even for Canadian sci-fi. I thought they did a really good job with these first 2 episodes. Yeah,
yep.
So I'm excited to see, and I think I'm going to go to 3 episodes a week from here on, just so I can, get real plot movements. If there's going to be so little for us to talk about on Expanse, they're like... Because I worry that until we get to, the meat of the season in the last 4 episodes, every week I'm going to be like, well, that was technically brilliant, and I love all the characters, but, what else is there to say?
Not a whole lot happened here today, so...
Yeah. Well, because the thing is, I don't think it's going to be like Season 2, and we're going to reach the end of a book at Episode 5. It seems like, the war just started. I don't think we're going to have a big point of resolution in 2 episodes, is what I'm saying. If that makes sense. Again, I don't want you to spoil things, but that is an issue.
I'm putting in the work.
Okay, thank you. You're out of LRMs? Wow. It just seems to me like you're out of LRMs. Your LRMs are redded out on my screen. That's weird.
Yeah, I'm pretty close to nothing.
Dry. Okay. Wow. Although you have been hammering with me with them the entire game, so yeah. I guess I shouldn't be surprised that you would be running a little low. Oh, medium lasers. You're so awesome. I gotta say, medium lasers really are the backbone of mech-to-mech combat. Decent heat, decent damage, decent accuracy. Medium lasers are where it's at until you get into the really heavy mechs. Now, which is the mech that has a bunch of PPCs? 3 or 4 PPCs? I'm trying to remember. I just remember loving that mech. Is my big takeaway here.
Yeah, no, that's fair. It was... the Warhammer had a pair of them.
Oh, right, the Warhammer did. Then again, I've always loved the Rifleman. And I mostly love the Rifleman because of the look of the Rifleman.
Not its actual function.
No, it's 4 AC-10s, and that's useful, but, it overheated a lot on me, and it wasn't very spry. It overheated a lot. But I love the look of the AC-10 with the, essentially, it looks like a giant mobile anti-aircraft cannon.
Which is
and
what it is.
I love that visual. No, that's true. That is what it is. And I love that visual, but it wasn't a extremely useful practical mech. So, yeah, I can say that the Expanse keeps marching along in high quality. I think that Travelers is off to a great start. I'm interested to see where it goes. But yeah, it's weird, just as a fan of Canadian sci-fi, seeing something that is so close to a combination between the 4400 and Odyssey 5. That alone makes me happy for it.
Yeah.
because they're dealing. There was a lot of issues with in Odyssey 5. It's like, how do you go back to an earlier version of yourself? Right, and it actually created a situation where where a guy bet a ridiculous amount of money on the Super Bowl, and then the outcome of the Super Bowl was changed by him betting a ridiculous amount of money on it, because he made the mistake of betting an excessive amount of money on a Super Bowl where like it came down to like one field goal. And that's like the victory happened, and it could have gone either way, whether or not a field goal hit. And I'm like, at that point, maybe just don't make that bet. Also, how did you get that bet? Because usually, like, they'll, if it was won by a field goal, then by definition, the maximum amount of points he could have won by are like 2. And I feel like that might not have gotten to the right side of the betting line, if you know what I mean. Like, was the betting line for the Super Bowl literally like Green Bay Packers by 1 point? Because it seems a little peculiar that it would have been.
Yes.
That a single point would have screwed up the line and made you lose your bet. But anyway, I don't think the people who made the show knew that much about betting, but it was an interesting idea. The concept that you could have, by making a huge bet, you could have created a world where a whole bunch of other people decided to also bet on the team, and word got around to the team that they were heavily favored to win.
So they throw the game
in Vegas, and so the guy freaked out. The guy, freaked out when he had to make that that kick. Like, that's what just happened. I did not press guard. What the hell just happened?
I don't know. Oh, it's because my light mech has initiative priority.
Oh, okay. That's fine then. I just thought it was my turn, and then suddenly my turn went away. But yeah, that was a really interesting concept, that like that little bit of extra pressure onto the kicker would have screwed up his head, got into his head. And like, that's an interesting concept that I thought was very well done. Yeah, so there you go. I thought it was, maybe I hit reserve? I don't know. It's really weird. Okay. I don't have a good move here. I have only bad moves I can make. Let me see something. No, that's a bad move. Very bad move. Alright. Can I punch someone I don't know is there? Oh, I do know you're there. Okay. Can I just punch someone who I don't know is there? No, apparently I can't punch you because I don't know where you are at the start of the turn. Which, I mean, that makes sense logically. It's just very annoying. Alright. Wow, I didn't damage the catapult at all.
Yeah, it's a fairly stiff mech.
Yeah, like, I mean, you don't expect the catapult, just something that's supposed to pelt things from long range, to have that kind of armor. But here we are. Oof. So, if we had to, can we save a match partway through and come back to it later?
I have no clue.
Because it seems like you should be able to do that, but I don't know if you can. Alright, Panther. Funny story. You're about to get murdered. And you're probably not going to get murdered. Let's just say... Yeah, I don't think it's worth firing the LRM at this range.
Probably not.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I might have hit you with one shot, but what would be the point? This is about to go terribly for me. But it was always going to, so I'm not gonna... I got half of your lance. That's not bad for someone who hasn't played Battletech against someone in 25 years. Who's only played Battletech against AIs for 25 years? Yeah, I think that's a respectable showing, I like to think. I think other people will be able to judge me harshly for my performance here, but I'm not unhappy with how I did.
Yeah, no,
it's not bad.
You acquitted yourself well.
No,
But
acceptably.
the catapult is just putting in the work.
Oh god, no, the catapult's a beast. Yeah, the catapult's doing a great job. I was just kept hoping I would get another lucky shot on your head, but it looks like that's just not happening. Which, you know, the head is what, 2% or 5
Yeah, 1 or 2%.
Yeah, 1 or 2% chance of ever hitting the catapult. Sorry, the head on your first shot. Like, that's just, come on. There's no way. All right, so, do you have a quiz to offer people this week?
Of what flavor?
Battletech, obviously.
Okay. This will be a good one. What unit performed the best of all clan units on Tukiyid? And I would like the unit name and designation.
Oh. That's
Yes.
a good one. I don't know the answer
Clan
to that
designation and yes, unit number.
one. Are you kidding me?
I
There's no way people are good. You know what? I want to see if people get that. So yeah, I'm interested to see what happens here. But yeah,
there is
that seems like a stretch.
there is a specific unit that actually did what it was supposed to.
Yeah.
And it was one of 3 that, did.
Okay. That sounds like I'd say that's a pretty good question. I'm interested to see if anyone gets this one. All right. So, do you have anything you want people to watch? Anything you want to recommend?
Right now, I don't have much, I'm afraid.
Oh, that's okay.
Yep.
You know what? The Expanse is on. The Expanse is fantastic. Travelers is all available to watch on season 1 or 2 are available to watch on your streaming services. You got plenty of TV to watch.
Yes,
So,
I would like to recommend that they buy Battletech, obviously.
Oh no,
and
obviously everyone should buy
Far
that.
Cry 5, because that's also a lot of fun.
It's pretty boss. Nobody's complaining about Far Cry 5. But actually, my real question is, what are we going to watch when both... Because we're going to be wrapping up Expanse Season 3 and Travelers around the same time. But that's a discussion we can have later.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell are we going to watch? But I'm sure we'll figure out something. And in case you're wondering, no, it's not going to be we're going to rewatch all of DS9. I love DS9 every bit as much as you love DS9.
Yeah.
We're not getting into a who loves DS9 more fight, because you're going to lose that fight. And I don't want you to feel bad about yourself. But we will have to think about that. All right. Yes, Apex. You're about to go down. This isn't going to be pleasant, but you're going to go down swinging. Because somehow you have continued to not blow off any of my arms. And I don't know how. Like, I guess the fact
hanging
that
on by a thread.
Well, no, I guess the fact that you kept shooting me in the back and then in the front means my arms did not take the kind of damage you'd normally think they would.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
Target locked.
What? Are you kidding me?
You just smoked him in the head.
I finally got the headshot I have been trying for.
Eliminated.
I just want to point out, in this match, essentially I did no damage to your Panther except for 2 lucky headshots.
Yep.
And that was enough to take you out. My god. That's ridiculous. Alright, so, for me, obviously, I'm going to encourage you to check out other stuff on the Hidden Object Guru channel. There's going to be buttons coming up to help you do that. And right now, we're going to play the rest of this match. We're not going to make you watch all of it, but I will show you how it ended up.
I'm going to shoot instead of trying for another DFA.
Yeah, I think that would be the smarter choice. Oh my god, I gotta say, that was close. And you might say, shouldn't you, while he was on the ground, have tried a called shot for his head? And I would say, yeah, I probably should have tried for a called shot on your head. But honestly, I didn't think I was going to get another lucky headshot after the ridiculous luck I had the previous time. Oh, my poor Locust. It took 0 damage, and then you kicked out its torso. Yeah, I had 140,000 more space bucks than you did, and you still won, so bravo.
Thank you.
All right, good match. We will see you back here for more next time. But until then, au revoir.